All right, this video is for the lesson 5.10 homework. We're doing law of sines today. Okay, here's law of sines. It's a proportion, okay? Which means we can do tic-tac-toe on this, okay? So, law of sines is A over sine of capital A. Little a is a side length, capital A is an angle measure. Equals little b over sine capital B equals C, little c over sine capital C. Okay, so here's how the sides get named. They're opposite. Okay, so if this is angle A, then the side opposite, that's little a. If this is angle B, then the side opposite is little b. If this is angle C, side opposite is little c. Sides are the lowercase, uppercase are the angles. Okay? If you notice, these aren't right triangles anymore. Everything we've done so far has been right triangles. Law of sines we can use on any triangle. So we are finding the length of AB. So AB, that's this side, right? We have it labeled as C, right? So what we need to do is we need to make sure that we have the measure of that angle. So we have the measure of angle C. And then we can only use a pair that we have information on, okay? So I've got angle B, but I don't have side B. I have side A, but I don't have angle A. Is it easier to find the length of side B or the measure of angle A? A triangle. All three angles in a triangle always add up to what? 180. So let's see if I can get my calculator to come up. That's probably why everything's running so slow. All right. Somebody do it for me really quick. Do 180 minus 100 minus 27 and tell me what angle A would measure. Oh my goodness, y'all. Are they running slow too? 180. All right, 53. Okay. So that's what I have to have. I have to have one matching pair, an angle and a side, and then one of the other pieces, whatever we're missing, the other coordinating piece, okay? So we're going to use A and C. The sides go on the top. So side A is 48, and then angle A is 53. So I do the sine of 53. And then side C is what we're looking for. I'm just going to make that an X. It's easier in the calculator if you just make it an X. And then angle C. Angle C is a 27. All this is cross multiply, then divide. Just like tic-tac-toe. I can type it all in my calculator, one fell swoop. So I can do, let's see, the sine of 27 times 48 divided by the sine of 53. Cross multiply, divide by what's left. And this says round to the nearest tenth. So 27.28 would round to what? 27.3. Okay, it's just getting it set up. It's finding your pieces. They don't play nice. Not everything is going to be labeled A, B, and C. That's okay. Okay, it's just a template. We can use the letters we're given. So if this is angle V, then the opposite side is going to be little v. If this is angle T, the opposite side is going to be little t. If this is side U, opposite side is going to be little u. This one says find UT. So that's this side. Okay. So I have here, I have a side and I have an angle. I don't have any information for angle U or side U, so I can't use those pieces at all. But I have everything that I need. I don't have to find anything. I don't have to calculate anything. So I want to use those pieces. So side length, 8.9, goes over the angle. So sine of 58.3. Okay, your two pieces that you know the information is equal to, now what we're looking for. We're looking for a side, so we're looking for side V. We're just going to make that an X. So remember, side lengths go on top, angle measures go on bottom. So that one is 80. Okay. Cross multiply and then divide. So sine of 80 times 8.9 divided by sine of 58.3. Round to the nearest tenth, 10.30 rounds to 10.3. Okay, putting the pieces in the right places. That's if we're missing a side. If we're missing an angle, these are a little bit different. Let me grab my book again so I can show you. So we're actually going to set up a tic-tac-toe when we're missing the angles, okay? Because there's two steps to these, okay? Put that there. All right, we're finding angle Z, okay? So we're finding this angle here, which means we need the opposite side. So this is little z, and then we need another matching pair. So here's the side length I've been given. Don't ever try, you can't find a side length. Let me put it that way. Okay? Sometimes you have to find an angle measure. And this one we don't. So if this is angle X, this is little x. So we can set up a tic-tac-toe with this. And we can use our letters. Okay, so our letters here are X and Z. The side always goes on top. The angle always goes on the bottom. Okay. This order doesn't matter. Okay, so side X is a 15. Angle X is 57.5. We're still going to write it in the sign though. Okay. And then side Z is 13, which means we're looking for the sine of Z. Okay. Cross multiply, divide. So wherever we have that letter in our tic-tac-toe, we don't use that one. Okay? Leave that one out and use the three pieces you have left to cross multiply and divide. So we're going to do the sine of 57.5 times 13 divided by 15. It is a big gross number. So let me write that down. 0.730939. That's equal to the sine of Z. So our last step. So remember when we did this when we were looking for angle measures? Do y'all remember what we used? We used the inverse. So I can do the inverse of that. There was a way to do it that made it easier, but I don't think we can do it. Oh, we can do it on these. Okay. You ready for the madness? So you don't have to type that long number in. We can do trig and then the inverse of sine. And then if you'll press Control and then the negative key, it's going to insert. See how it put A and S, the answer? The previous answer, it inserts in there. That's the number that we need to insert. So you don't have to type all those digits. If you want to type all those digits, that's fine. If you don't trust the technology, that's fine. You can type them in and you're going to get the exact same answer. Okay? That's just a quick way to do it where you don't have to worry about, if you get off by one little number in there, it throws the whole thing off. So this one we're rounding to the nearest tenth, 46.96. If I round that to the 10th, what's going to happen? 47. It's 47. All right, in number 7, we're finding angle B. So we're finding angle B. That means this is little b. And then I need whichever other side that I have. So I have C. I could find this at angle measure, but they give me A, and I have side A. So I might as well use what they give me. Okay? This one you could use C if you want, because you can find, you can't find angle C because you don't know angle B. So there's no way to find angle C, so you have to use that one. All right, so tic-tac-toe. So we're using A and B. Those are our letters. Side always goes on top. Angle goes on the bottom. So angle A or side A is an 8. Angle A is the 85. So we write it with a sign. Side B is a 7. And that's the angle we're looking for. We're looking for sine B. So we don't use this one. We don't use the one we're looking for. And it doesn't matter. The other one I went this way, I cross multiplied. You can cross multiply this way. Order of multiplication doesn't matter. It still comes out the same. What matters is that you're going at that diagonal. Multiply at a diagonal, divide by what's left. So this one would be the sine of 85. Whoa. The sine of 85 times 7 divided by 8. Long crazy decimal. That's equal to this. Okay, so I do the inverse. So I can do the inverse of that long crazy decimal. You can type it in however you want to do it. Trig button, inverse of sign, and if you want to use that little hat, control negative, that way it puts it in there for you. So 60.65 rounded to the nearest tenth. 60.6. Ooh, 7. Thank you. 7. Okay, word problems. Draw a picture. Okay, if you have a picture, it makes it a lot easier to work with. So it says the measure of angle Y is 51. The measure of angle Z is 48. The measure of side X is 28. Find the measure of angle X and side Y. So our letters, X, Y, and Z. It does not matter how you draw your triangle. X, Y, Z. You could have put X, Y, Z. Doesn't matter. Angle Y is 51 degrees. Angle Z is 48 degrees. Side X, little x, so opposite the angle, that's this one, is 28. It says find the measure of angle X, so that's this one, and find Y, so that's opposite here. Do I need to do anything fancy to find the measure of angle X? What's the easiest, quickest way to find the measure of angle X? All three angles in a triangle always add up to 180. So subtract the 2 we're given, and angle X measures 81 degrees. Okay. Now I need to find Y. Okay, so we're finding a side again. So when we're finding a side, it's easier to use the one set up like this. You can use tic-tac-toe though. So side always goes on top, Angle always goes on bottom. What pieces, what letters do we want to use to find side Y? Obviously, what letter do we have to use?
Y.
We have to use Y. What's the other letter that we have to use?
X.
Have to use X because we don't know what side Z is. So, we don't know what side Y is, but angle Y is 51 degrees, so we put it in the sign. Side X is 28. Angle X is 81. So we don't use this piece. That's what we're looking for. Cross multiply, always corner to corner. Divide by what's left. All right, let's put this over here. So we're going to do the sine of 51 times 28 divided by the sine of 81. Round into the 10th again. Yep. 22.03 would round to 22.0. Rest of the page is yours. Your word problem. You have to find the measure of two angles. Use the law of sines to find one, and then use the 180 rule on triangles to find the other one. That's the easiest way, so you don't have to do the law of sines twice. Okay? Once you find one, you can use that 180 rule to find the other one on number 10. Okay? So get that where you can see my work.